my channel. In today's video, we'll start a new series on SQL interview preparation. This is part 1 actually, where we'll discuss some simple and very common SQL questions. The first 15 questions that are often asked in interviews. This is very basic actually, but it will cover like filtering rows, sorting, using distinct, even join, group by, having and self joins. So actually whenever we'll do the practice, it will do brush up in our skills as well. So this, even if it will sometimes we are leaving the basic things, so but I try to cover it all those things. So for our interview preparation, suppose if I'm preparing for our SQL interview, yeah, any kind of a data related, data engineering, data science, yeah, like you are database developer, all those scenarios you can must do practice those questions. Okay, so let's get started with question 1. Select all employees whose salary is greater than 50,000. Okay, so as I already told you, the basic question it is, so we need to check this question, like select all employees whose salary is greater than 50,000. So if you see here our employees table, you can see here employees table, all those salaries come in column. So here you can see 60,000, 50,000, Charlie includes 70,000, David includes 48,000 salary, even 90,000, and Frank also 40,000 salary included. Here you can see 90,000 is the highest salary, so we need to find out who is salary is greater than 50,000. So I already wrote this query like select star from employees. So here you can see whatever the salary is like more than 50,000, we can see from here, because these retrieve employees with salary above 50,000. For example, Alice, Bob, Charlie, and eBay. Okay. So this is our first question. Next, to move our second question. Second question is find employees who joined in the last 30 days. Last 30 days we need to find out, because who joined in the last 30 days means we need to find out the last 30 days means suppose today is current date. So in Oracle, in current date means we need to find out the sys date, right? So we use Oracle sys date to get the today's date, and then after that we are subtracting the 30 days. So because of that, in our employee table, who joined in the last 30 days. Okay, so we will writing like select star from star means it will retrieving all the data in the employee table, whatever available, we need to uh, get to retrieve all those informations. Okay, all records from the employees table, where had date sys date minus 30. So I use sys date as our current date basis. So I also like subtracted 30 days. So we will find out the whoever the join in the last 30 days. You can see all those information, because employees with recent hire date within 30 days are shown here, right? So next, move to our third question. If you see, retrieve distinct department name from the employee table. So here distinct keyword is we are using for our distinct is the particular the keyword wherever we wanted to any kind of a unique value, that moment we are going to use our distinct value. So here because of that we are using the select distinct department name from department. Okay, so it will giving like non-duplicate value means all unique values it will giving to us. Okay, we saw the output as employees with recent hire date within 30 days based on the query. Okay, let's move to the third question. Okay, what is the third question? Third question is retrieve distinct department names from the employee table. So first let's select distinct department name from department table will run. What is the data is there? Okay, department name. Okay, you can get the table departments. Departments, right? Here you can see I use the distinct keyword. This thing here I use only unique departments, it needs to be written. So because of that only I use the distinct keyword here. And if employees are in different department, duplicates may appear. So distinct will remove the duplicate record, because in employee table, if you see here, you can see there is some records is available. So we can see whenever we are using the distinct keyword, it was using for giving the unique value which is not duplicate. So because of that only we are using the distinct keyword for here, so that according to the question, retrieve distinct department names from the employee table. So we use select distinct department name from departments. Okay, next move to our fourth question. Fourth question is related to sorting. So sort employees by salary in descending order. It's a very simple and basic question, but we have to practice it daily basis for browser purpose. Okay. So here we need to use now order by, because order by clause is we are using for sorting the data, and default in ascending is always is default, but so we specified here already the question is mentioned, we need to specify the descending order, because in sequentially how we wanted to show the data. So based on that, select star from employees order by salary descending. Okay, so let's run this query. Can you see? So it will be descending order basis, it was showing to us the data, because in salary column if we'll see first 90,000, 70,000, and 60,000, 55,000, 48,000, 40,000, because here we are using the order by for sorting purpose. It was sorted to our data. So whatever the highest paid employees appear first, whoever the highest paid employees, it will appear first. Okay. The next move to our fifth question. Fifth question is related to count, means aggregate count function. Count the number of employees in each department. Okay, so we need to see both employee and department table how the data. Okay, count the number of employees in each department. So here we'll be using the group by and department ID. So what we'll do, select department ID, count function, because we wanted to count the number of employees. So count star as employee count from employees group by department ID. Here we are using the group by to aggregate the employees by department ID. Okay, and also here we use the count function, because if you aggregate function, whatever the aggregate function like count, minimum, maximum, sum, average, we are using. Okay, so let's run. You can see the department basis employee count, we got it, and it aggregated those data. Fine. Now let's move to our sixth question. Our sixth question is related to like operator, because whose name starts with A. So our sixth question is find employees whose name starts with A. So we are going to use like operator with percentile, because whenever any name searching patterns we are doing, we are going for using the like operator. Okay, so we'll do select employee's name whose name starts with A. If you see the select star from employees, you can see whose name starts with A, means starting name, which name starts with A. Those information we want to see here. So what we'll do, select star from employees where emp name like, because a percentage, whenever we wanted to start anything, we will use to the percentage operator. Okay, if it's like ends, then we start with percentage end a. Can you see? Because the name starts with a, you can see here. Suppose the same, suppose we wanted like whose name ends with a, select star from employee where emp name like percentile a. Correct? If any data was there, then it will show to us, otherwise no data. Employee emp name. Here we cannot see the data because in the employee table we don't have such kind of dummy record. I have inserted like employee starting with D. If I wanted to see, suppose E, if I wanted instead of that, I wanted to E, then we can see. Can you see? Because here Oracle case sensitive, so the all name is E is a small letter. So whatever the data, you can see the name ends with E. Got it now? Next, move our seventh question. Retrieve top 3 highest paid employees. This is most common interview question in all interview asking. Okay. There is many ways we can resolve this solution. So we just do top 3 highest paid employees. We can use the row num for sorting, and then we can solve it. Because select star from select star from employees order by salary descending, where we want third highest salary. We are using the row num less than equal to 3. Okay, let's run. You can see the top 3 highest paid employees. You can see in our table, employee table, if you go, and you can see in your employee table data who is getting means high salary. Eve 70,000 allies, Charlie, Eve allies. So same way we got it here whenever we are running this query. Eve, Charlie, allies, all those employees are getting top highest salary. Okay, so it's the top 3 salaries, and we are using the row num after sorting. Okay, fine. Next, move to our 8th question. Write a query to find null values in a column. Suppose in our real-time scenario also we wanted to find out any column having null values. How we need to find out, right? So what we'll do, suppose in our employee table we can see, in our employees table you can see the manager ID is null, right? If I wanted to find out the column which is null value, how we'll need to do, right? So I can go like select star from employee, select star from employees where manager ID is null, right? We use is null because we wanted to show the query find the null value in a column. So in the manager ID we can see, based on the data we can see the manager ID is null, so we are using this manager ID is null. You can see the allies column we are getting like that, the manager ID is null. Okay, it returns employees without a manager. Okay, next move to our question number 9. Display employees who don't have a manager assigned. This is also very common interview question, basic questions. Okay, who don't have manager assigned. So we can do select star from employees. As I already did it the same query, manager ID is null. So the same query we can use, like select star from employees where manager ID is null, right? Because who don't have manager, because we will get the alias will be get it like query, like who don't have the manager means it will checking the null values. So who don't have the manager. Okay, let's move to our 10th question. Difference between where and having clause. This is very common question. Having difference between where and having clause. So if we see like a where, because always we are using where and having when we are going to use, because where is filtering the rows before whenever we are going to grouping. Having, we are going to use filter groups after aggregation. So let's for some example we are giving. So like suppose where I'll be using the where example salary. Example I can give salary greater than 60,000. Okay, so how it will be working, because select star from employees where salary greater than 60,000. Okay, we'll run this query. You can see it will be filtering the where condition we are using. It will filtering the 60,000 based on the salary. Okay, so similarly I can use the example for having example. Okay, having clause example. Having example means departments with average salary. With average salary 50,000 I can take it. Okay, so I can write like select department ID comma average salary from employees group by department ID having average salary 60,000. See, if we are going to use round, we can use also round. It will giving to us the rounding function, but for example purpose I'm saying, because where clause we are specifically where we are using, if you see where we are using like filter rows before grouping. Okay, and having it is what doing like filters groups after. So here we saw already, because having we are using the filtering groups after aggregation, because first we are using the group by, then after that we are using the having. So where works on row level and having works on aggregated result. Whatever the aggregated details we wanted to get it, we are using the having clause. Next, move to our 11th question. Write a query to get employees along with their department names. So it will be like joining question. So we can do like employees department table. You can take it as we know. Select E dot employee name and D dot department name from employees. E join departments D and E dot department ID equal to D dot department ID. Okay, this is join question because we are just employee name plus department name we wanted to find out by using the employee table and department table by using the joining condition. If you see here the employees table, here the department ID is common and this department table is referring to our department table. So department ID and in employees table department ID both are common, so that we are joining those both common column with our employees and department table. Can you see the result? We are getting the employee name, department name by using the common department ID by using both, by joining employees and department table using the department ID. Fine. Let's move our 12th question. Find employees who don't belong to any department. Similar way we can do. Find employees who don't belong to any department. So we'll need to find out employees where department ID is null, right? Employees where department ID is null. Okay, let's run. Can you see only one column? Because if we run this employees table only, you can see the department ID only allies. You can see the department ID where manager ID means department ID is null, but manager ID is null means we will getting the allies, but based on the department ID is null, so we can get this information. Department ID is null. Fine. Got it? So employees without department assigned. Next, move to our 13th question. List all departments and the number of employees in each. Okay, so we'll go to using the left join, select D dot department name count E dot employee ID as employee count from departments. D left join employees E on D dot department ID equal to E dot department ID group by D dot department name. So here you ensure all departments are listed, even empty ones. Okay, but here we are using left join to include departments with 0 employees, and we are counting the number of employees based on the department ID. You will see the based on department ID and employee count we are getting those informations. Okay. Next, move to our 14th questions. Get employees and their manager name. Self join question. This is all, I believe this question is coming from all interviews. Okay. Employees and their manager name. So how we need to find out? Because in the employee table, if you see here, in the employees table, if you go there, because you can see the employee name and manager ID, there is no such like manager name. So we need to find out the employee name and manager name in the same employee table, because self join we are going to use, because self join is joining table to itself, means it is referring to the same table itself. Okay, so here select e dot employee name as employee employee name. Okay, then m dot emp underscore name as manager name. From employees employees m on e dot manager id equal to m dot employee id. Okay, so here we are doing the self-referencing with the same table. We are using the alias, and m we are using the alias as m for manager perspective, and employee perspective we are using the e, so that we will find out the manager and employee name based on that employees table. Can you see all those details? We are getting employee name and manager name. Fine, let's move to our 15th question. 15th question is like, find customer who placed order in the last 7 days. So I have created customer one, as I have one customer one table. You can see customer ID and customer name. So I just wanted to show like both, like find customer who placed order in the last 7 days. Even we can see like both the table, customer like order table, because here you can say order ID and customer ID, and here you can see customer ID, both the columns is common. So we need to find out the 7 days, right? Let's try select distinct c dot customer name from customers she, oh sorry, our table is customer one, she join orders 1 o on c dot customer ID equal to o dot customer ID, where o dot order date greater than equal to c state -7. Why I did sysdate -7? Because current date we are getting the sysdate, because in the last 7 days we need to find out, because according to our current date if we'll minus it 7 days, then we'll get our last 7 days. And also find customers, because we wanted to get it all those customer details who placed recent orders. Okay, so we using the joining condition with customer ID, because as I told you, customer ID is both common in the both the customer and orders table. Let's run this query. So you can see the name is John. Okay, so based on that we are getting like the information whatever I shared, all those questions, right? And this is the all part. I already discussed 15 questions, so we covered almost, because 15 question almost I covered in the part 1. So I wanted to wrap up. Before that I just wanted to show like this is very beginner and intermediate questions. Whenever you are preparing any kind of SQL or data interview related like preparation, then you can just brush up your first basic things, so that you will be very confident, because here I almost covered the join aggregation, and even also like, so as you can see the customer name is John. So this is actually That's the wrap up for our part 1 series in the SQL or data interview preparation series. So as we have already covered the first 15 common and fundamental SQL questions, in the next two parts I'll be posting slightly more advanced and challenging questions. So stay tuned for those. So before we close, I would also like to ask you if you know any extra question or different approaches to solve the same queries. Please drop them in the comments. I would love to learn from your ideas too. And finally, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Your support really motivates to keep making more such content. See you all in the next video. Thank you. Bye.